Okay, fellas, listen up, please. Now, can anyone tell me what a Jag is? Anyone? No, Sithole, that's a Jager bomb. I know you know what that is, but it's not what we're looking for. No, nobody? It's a Jag is someone who's come through the Jarun Academy. So from now on, only Jags are going to be playing in the Cup, and the board expect us to win it. So, yeah, don't let me down.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome back to Jarun on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 9, Episode 4. Today we have Red Bull Salzburg in the Champions League, away from home this time, but after 13 goals in the first 2 games at home, you'd like to think we've still got some up our sleeve to do well on that one. And then the JAGs, or the JAGs, or however we're going to pronounce it, they have their first on-camera game against Gorica in the Cup. It's a big ask for them, but let's see what they can do. Now, I thought we'd have a quick look here at just dressing room dynamics before we get the catch-up in. And, well, as you can see, there's a couple of players that are unhappy. It doesn't look, it's not quite as bad as it looks because Pulic, who is the backup goalkeeper, is upset twice, basically, so it's fine. Utanen wants to go to a club with a stronger squad. We'd be happy to let him go because we'd have a stronger squad, I think, if he left. And Renokia wants to loan out to secure a permanent move. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay with that. Now that we're playing Europe and in the league, he's playing a lot more, and I think he'll end up being happy with the game time that he's getting. But everything else, as you can see, cohesion, atmosphere, and managerial support is all pretty good. The hierarchy is it's more or less where we need it to be. The one thing we would like is Butchman, who is the new vice captain. Ideally, he needs to be in the team leaders, doesn't he? But at least up one more into the highly influential players. Of course, the important thing, if you don't know this, if you have anybody that's highly influential or a team leader, if another club comes in for them, you can tell them, no, I can't lose your influence in the dressing room, and they'll be flattered by that typically, and they'll be happy to stay. So we want the likes of Siraj, and Butchman, anybody else that we really don't want to lose, we want them to become highly influential at a minimum, so that I have that easy out. So yeah, that's all that. And the social groups are is it just me being wishful, or do they look a little bit more like they're coming together? So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully through the season that will continue to come together. I probably need to do some more team bonding sessions, in truth, to help that along. But anyway, that is that. There are 4 games to catch you up on. The first one in the league was against Hajduk Split. We went ahead when Kovacic crossed for Kozayev, but Hajduk pulled level late on. So it was a game we really struggled to control it, to be honest. We didn't have our usual amount of possession. We didn't actually out XG the same, but both teams probably should have scored more. Finishing was not great. And yeah, a draw was completely fair, in truth. I think all the match stats, apart from possession, which would suggest that maybe we didn't deserve a draw, it was a draw. That's just how it was. So away from home against, I think, what is going to be a resurgent Hajduk this season. It's okay, I'll take that and run. Next up, it was Bordeaux. We took the lead when Rupnik crossed for Skoko. And the same two combined to make it 2-0 at half-time. So we absolutely dominated the game. It felt like they had just turned up just to try and keep the goal difference down, in truth. Yeah, they made it very difficult for us, but Rupnik to Skoko twice got the job done, and you can see from the XG tracker, they did have 2 shots both on target, which could have been bad, considering we only won the game 2-0, but yeah, look at all those other match stats. We definitely deserved to win the game, and it probably, in truth, should have been by much, much more. Next game to catch you up on was in the Cup. It was the debut of the JAGs against Yadrin, I think it was, or Yadvin, something like that. I can't read my writing. It's either a V or I think it's a V, maybe it's Yadvin. And let's see how the JAGs did. The first time they all went out on the field together. We took an early lead when Tomasak crossed for Siraj. Madza played in Pavlos to make it 2-0. Before Pavlos' second made it 3-0. But a goalkeeping error gifted them a goal back. Before Pavlos completed his hat-trick. Madza rolled in a 5th. Before Perso played him in for our 6th. Madza then completed his hat-trick, but they got a second goal just after half-time. So it was indeed Jarun. It was a R, not a V in my notes. We dominated the game. We really did play well. We went with wingers. I think this is the way that the JAGs are going to play, just to try and introduce it into the squad as an option as well. We do have the two young wingers, of course, that have come through, promising wingers. So yeah, all in all, it was a good attacking performance. Maybe defensively not the greatest, and the goalkeeping error was yeah. Less said about that, the better. Hopefully they'll do that against Gorica. Final game to catch you up on was against... oh, Gorica. So we're going to preview of who we're playing in the cup next. We went in front when Kovacic crossed for Tomasek. But Gorica pulled level before half-time, before Bosniak smashed us back ahead. Only for Gorica to get level again. But Madza crossed for Tomasek to win it late into stoppage time. So, I mean, what do we say about this game? We should have won it much, much more comfortably than we did. They scored, you can see their XG was under half and they scored 2, so that's not great. Goalkeeper didn't have a great game. But ultimately, in the 94th minute, we got the win we deserved, and it was Tomasek who did it. Now, we were playing him as a striker in this one. Let's have a quick look at him, because he is very, very highly rated, but he's not the worst striker going around either. So we gave him a game up there. I think partially it was injuries and some tired legs and saving players for this game against Salzburg. He did well, 2 goals. He played well in the cup game, albeit against not great opposition. And yeah, there is a little bit to like about him, and maybe wingers can become a a regular thing, or we just play with him up front. That could work as well, couldn't it? So a quick update of the league table, and we put the league to one side here, but we had 2 points ahead of Osijek, 10 points ahead of Varisden. Dinamo are down there, only 16 points, and joint on points there with Hajduk, as we can see. So very, very close, sort of second down to 6. There's only 4 points between it. It looks as though Bordeaux, this might be the year that they go down. And yeah, it's a 2-horse race between ourselves and Osijek right now for the title, which is not too bad. If we look at some of the league leaders here, we are leading in most categories except for clean sheets, which is not unlike us. And yeah, it's going very, very well. Torres, Skoko, Matanovic all leading the way. Palumbo as well is reliable as always. Now, before we get to our Champions League game, this is interesting. 6-2, our kids beat Real Madrid's kids. So we'll take that and run, won't we? The kids are currentently sitting 3rd in the Youth Champions League. We, of course, are currently sitting top of the Champions League, having won both our games by a cumulative 13-0. So, yeah, that's not bad, is it? Let's see what we can do here, though, against Red Bull Salzburg. A win here, more or less, gets us into the knockout rounds. And more than that, of course, would be... well, we can't do more than a win here, but, yeah, it would be very nice if we could get the win. Now, do we want to play an injured Tibor Pinta in goal that's due back tomorrow, or a non-match sharpened Utonen? I really hope somebody comes in for 4 million. Come on, bid for him. I think we've got to go with Pinta, don't we? He's due back in training tomorrow anyway, so that probably all makes sense. So Pinta in goal, Butchman, Williams will be the back 2, Torres and Rupnik will go as the width, Sithole, Montel and Palumbo in midfield, Skoko, Bertic and Matanovic. Let's get out there and see if we can go 3 for 3 in the Champions League. All right, so we can see the team sheets here, and if you did watch along with the Grindavik series, there is a familiar name in the opposition lineup, and it is Nicolo Turco. You may remember him. I think we had him on loan for a season or 2. I think it was loan anyway. I think we got him from Bologna on loan early days in that series. So, yeah, nice to see him again. Actually, because I have been playing through that a little bit, if you've watched on the Discord and whatnot. I've been, of course, you can carry games forward now. What I was playing, sort of transferred the Grindavik game over to this one and was playing through. We did actually win the Champions League in 2043, which is very nice. And there was a few familiar names in there. Baltinson was still around, and Valenzuela, Plamenos at the back. And if you didn't watch the Grindavik series, all these names mean absolutely nothing to you, of course. But yeah, so that was good. But yeah, Turco actually ended up becoming an Australian international. He went off and played in the A-League and became an Australian international. I kind of stumbled across him randomly. I think I was looking for an under-21 manager, or whatever, our under-19s manager, and that's what he was. So yeah, that was interesting. Turco became a Socceroo in that world of Grindavik. But that's all last season, of course, or last FM. This is all about this FM now, and let's hope that we can go and get ourselves another win here. Now, of course, with wingbacks, we would be expecting to hopefully be able to get the better of them in wide areas. One thing I have done is sort of taken off a focus. I've noticed we've played a little bit better like that. And yeah, so let's hope that we do actually do okay here. We've got a free kick. Palumbo knocks it in towards the back post. It's away. Skoko challenges. Williams down for Butchman. Butchman, he's got a little bit of time and space. Oh, he's playing like a winger out there. And Matanovic probably should have done better with that chance. Doesn't matter. Palumbo has smashed it into the top corner. And it's 1-0 after 10 minutes. What a start. Butchman here, look at this. Oh, he's wasted at centre-back. And maybe did Bertic actually block the ball going to the net, I think. But look at that from Palumbo. Absolutely stunning from our Norwegian. And, well, what a start. Let's hope we can keep on with this now. So that should put us back to the top of the standings. It's going to take a little while before anybody gets near our goal difference, as long as we keep winning, I would have thought. And like I say, 10 points, I think. If anybody has got knocked out of well, I don't think the Europa League is not the Europa League. The Conference League is a bit different, isn't it? Because they played less games. But if anybody's been knocked out of the Champions League or Europa League with 10 points, let me know. I don't think, not that it's not possible, but it's certainly very difficult to do. So yeah, if we were to win here, we'd be a point away, and of course we've got Astana to come yet. Albeit I think that's away from home, but you'd certainly back us to beat Astana, I would have thought. Oh, this is not great. And Pinta looked a little bit like an injured goalkeeper there, didn't he? And it's 1-1. Ahead for 10 minutes. I mean, what do we say happened here? Yeah, just Sithole, really. I mean, Montel has got back behind Sithole. And Sithole's supposed to be the man that's back there. So perhaps we can point the blame in his direction on that one. But I mean, if we do look at it as though Astana is a game that we really should be taking 3 points from, then a draw here with those 3 points, it gets us to the 10, doesn't it? So perhaps we can look at it. This is maybe a do not lose game, as Sithole is now injured. Okay, so Fatakanti can come on for him. That's obviously a loss, but Fatakanti is a very good player. I don't think it actually necessarily hurts us here. Where it will hurt us is we don't have Fatakanti now as a backup, but we'll deal with that. It's fine. We do have a game between this one and the JAGs. It is against Slaven Belupo in the league, so should win that. Torres, not quite, and can he now get back? I wonder. Oof. That was a better save, wasn't it? I wonder. Okay. I wonder if we try and trap them outside then. And I'm wondering if we try and exploit the flanks on this particular occasion. I'm also wondering if maybe, although Astana is just drawn level with Lazio. I don't know if you can see that behind my head. So maybe Astana's not that bad of a team. So we've got a corner conceded. And we do need to lift our game a bit here, don't we? It was a very good start. But it is all slightly going the wrong way now, as Man City is putting a bit of a score up on Bromby as well. So 1-1 at the break. What do we think of that? I don't know. Unlucky. Keep working hard. You're doing well. Keep working hard until full time. That's probably the best thing to say, isn't it? Alright, so we'll get back out there. I'm looking at Skoko not having the greatest game that he's had in a Jarun shirt. Yeah, Butchman apparently isn't having a great game either. That's going to be more of a defensive thing. Now, probably because they've got two up top, isn't it? Which I've just noticed. So, not just noticed, but it's just clicked that we probably need another centre-back in there. Alright, so given that Skoko's not having a great game anyway, let's rejig things here. Alright, so we'll take Skoko out, bring Skolaba on, go to a back three, but with wide centre-backs, which hopefully will push forward a little bit more. And I'm thinking we might leave it at that for now. I mean, it looks like we've gone a much more defensive, but what I'm hoping is with the wide centre-backs is that we'll be able to sort of overload them getting forward, because we'll have those extra two coming from deep. Now, Rupnik's won that back. Here we go now with Montel. Rupnik Rupnik's got a little bit of space, but just sort of ran into trouble. Wins it back, though. And he's completely out of position. Montel, good ball for Bertic. Bertic with a good first touch. Bertic with a finish. And it's 2-1, his 5th of the season. And we do go back ahead. Excellent work. We'll tell him to focus. I mean, that was pretty much just down to Rupnik refusing to give up possession, wasn't it? Montel, what a pass that is. Good first touch from Bertic to get away from the defenders. And the finish wasn't bad. You'd look at the goalkeeper there saying maybe you could do a little bit better. Matanovic isn't having a great game, which is probably no surprise since Skoko wasn't having a great game. Let's get Madzar on for him and see what he can do. Matanovic there. Oh, wait a second. Matanovic is in the clear. Let's cancel it. Go on, Igor. Oh, he's hit the post. He's exhausted. The poor bloke's exhausted. Oh, he did so well too, didn't he? All right. Go and have a rest. Oh, he's not nervous anymore. He's composed. All right. Which is ironic since he missed the one. And I've hit, speaking of not being composed, I've just hit encourage when we're winning. All right, come on, boys. Let everybody focus, manager included. And let's see this through to the end now. All right, Matanovic. Let's instead get Kozayev on now. And everybody else there. I don't really want to make another change in the defense, if I'm honest. So we'll leave that. And let's give them some praise. It's certainly not been like the first couple of games in the Champions League, but we're into stoppage time. Let's go and close it down, and let's hope we can go 3 from 3. What a performance that would be from us. All right, so just the standard sort of closing down of a game, all the mentality instructions and all that kind of stuff is set to just try not to lose at this point, or sorry, try not to concede. And let's hope. Oh, we've got a highlight, and we're defending. Come on. Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Kozayev, no, he can't do much with that. Rupnik goes over. Come on, boys, come on. Stop the cross. Stop the ball in. Montel can't quite. Torres. Can we nick this? Its cross comes in. It's Butchman away. It's edge of the area. Oh, we're a little slow closing it down. How long to go? 40 seconds. Can we hold out 40 more seconds for the perfect start through 3 games in the Champions League? There's the ball forward. Torres has it. Foot through it, mate. He does the composed, good footballer thing. That's the difference between... Oh, no. Montel's been caught in possession. Is he offside? Should have put your foot through it, Torres. It's okay to panic sometimes. Oh, and it's been given. Oh, Montel, you can't have that much time, can you? And Butchman, I think, has played him on. And in the last minute of stoppage time, it is 2-2. Butchman, oh, you've got to get out, man. Get out. And that's that. I mean, an away point in the Champions League is... Oh, look at the XG, though. That is... It's the timing of it as much as anything, isn't it? It was more or less the last kick of the game. We've got to remember Montel, 18, he's young. He is probably going to make those sorts of mistakes. Hopefully he learns from it. But that's cost us a lot of money. And we'll almost guarantee through to the next round. Although, like we said, a point there is not bad as long as we beat Astana. I think in truth what that probably does mean is that we're no chance of the top 8 now. We would really have needed to win that one. So Sithole could be worse. 2 to 3 weeks with ankle ligaments. We've got a cup game he wouldn't have played in anyway. I think this international break coming up as well. Right, in November. So he probably only missed a game or 2. Anyway, wait right there. I'll play through the game against Slaven Belupo. And then the JAGs will take to the field. Alright, so while we're getting ready to take on Gorica here, the only advantage we have, of course, is this is a home game, as you can see. There is the one game to catch you up on in the league. That was against Slaven Belupo. Let's see how it went. We took an early lead when Matanovic picked out Skoko's run. And it was 2-0 when Rupnik picked out Matanovic. Before a flowing counter-attack was finished by Matanovic for our third. But Slaven pulled one back. So it was a good performance, this one. Second half, we probably clocked off a little bit. We got 2 goals in 2 minutes and then kind of stopped. But Matanovic, an assist and 2 goals. Rupnik, 2 assists. Yeah, it was very good. It was a very similar team that we played in the Champions League as well. So it was a strong team we put out because we didn't have to worry about most of them having to back up to play in this cup game. So let's have a look and see what we're doing. If you're wondering, Aussie won as well, so it is still a 2-point gap at the top, and our next game, it will be next episode, is against them in the league. So we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them, and this is the team we're sending out. I'll go through and show you some of the new names here so we get to know some of the academy kids. Vadovic is going to be, or Vadovicic maybe, is going to be the goalkeeper for this one. We've got Kovacic. We have seen him. He's our highly rated left back, so he comes in to start this one. Skolabar, Benasek, we're both familiar with, and yeah, well, we've got a bit of a shortage at right back, let's just say. So, go on, Tino. Brigic comes into play as the deep-lying playmaker. Ormarkic, back from his broken spine, is, yeah, we might see him occasionally in the JAG games, and that's his future for us, I think. Siraj, we are very familiar with. Tomasak, now this is, of course, we saw him at the start of the episode. He's over on the right-hand side playing as an inside forward because Pavlos, who got a hat-trick in the first game, is playing over on the left. So we've got two very good left-footed wingers, which is maybe unfortunate in a way. And then Madzar, again, who we're going to be familiar with. We've seen him in the first team before. He got a hat-trick in the last game as well, and he goes up top. All right, so we can see the team sheets. Do we recognize names? This guy has scored quite a few goals against us. He's a bit of a target man, I think, if I remember correctly. All right, so I think let's just play our natural game and see where that takes us. It'd be a good place to start. Hopefully, we need to be a bit tighter at the back, don't we? Because conceding 2 goals to at least a third-tier side is not a good look, let's be honest. There's a couple of good youngsters on the bench as well, so we do have a little bit of depth and options on that front. But yeah, we'll just see. This is a big ask for the academy kids. Now, again, if you're new and you're like, what the hell is a JAG? It stands for Jarun Academy Graduate. Every impossible dream, it's something that we end up doing once the cup becomes less significant for us. Then we use it to develop academy players, as Skolabar wins that back nicely. And from now on, that's what we're doing here, because we don't need the cup to get into Europe. There's no money in it unless you get into Europe, and we don't need it to get into Europe, obviously. Or we better not anyway, moving forward. So, yeah, this is a little bit like Wenger using the Carabao Cup, or the League Cup back in the day for Arsenal. That's what we're doing here. So, that being said, obviously it's going to be tough to play another top-flight side with, essentially, and we go 1-0 down as Zivkovic, who is the weak link in the side, gets beaten early on here. So, not great. We'll encourage them. The goalkeeper's not the worst, in truth. He was a 3.5-star potential for a while. I think lack of playing time has dropped that off. But yeah, Zivkovic is one of those that it's going to happen from time to time, because obviously our squad depth is not going to be what it could be. You know, we are going to have struggles from time to time with positions, and right now, right back is very much that position. Tomasak to Brigic. His pass gets picked off, and we find ourselves in a little bit more trouble at the back. Go on, Ormarkic. Get back there, mate. Oh, it's offside, I think. I think it's offside. It is offside. So we get away with that one. We've got more defending to do here. And early signs are that this is not particularly working. Pavlos has won that back, though. And that goes just over the top. So I wonder if, let's try maybe trapping them on the outside and seeing if that limits their attacking options. It's the wide players that are tearing us apart just now. And like I said, some of that could just be to the fact that Zivkovic is not particularly good, and the left back, Kovacic, whatever his name is, Kovacic, he's just young. He's not particularly good at this point. Obviously, he has a lot of potential, though. Siraj, we need him involved a bit more, don't we? Pavlos, who's very good. Can Pavlos whip a cross in now? Pavlos goes short for Ormarkic. It's not a good pass. Can Brigic win it back? No. And we're putting pressure on them. And we've picked up the ball again. So that was nicely done. Of course, nature of a highlight is something tends to happen. Let's hope we stay in possession if that's the case. Zivkovic. Nice ball down the line there for Tomasak. Ormarkic. Back for Tomasak. He's in. Look at the Madzar in the middle. He's not going to miss that. And it's 1-1. Or is it? Who was offside there? Must have been Tomasak, was it? Tomasak was offside. That's unlucky. Ball in. Oh, and we just can't defend the corner with the kids. Weak in the air. And just when we thought it was back to 2-1, sorry, to 2-1-1, it's now 2-0. Can we see? Everybody's in there. Benasek, Skolabar, the two centre-backs probably should have done better there. Let's try demand more. I mean, we're doing okay in terms of possession. What we're not doing is creating much. So let's try be more direct and pass into space. This is, of course, you know, we are still learning this formation as well. So it may well be that this season, the cup, I mean, the draw hasn't been particularly kind to us. The draw at home, Zivkovic, just, no, it's not going to be a red. It's not a red, is it? Tino. Half an hour gone, and we're down to 10 men. All right, can Brigic play as a right back? He's right-footed. I think that's the main... He's right-footed and he can tackle. So well done, Brigitte. You'll be going over there. And, well, that makes life a little bit more difficult for us now, doesn't it? We might... Do we play for set pieces? Let's not play for set pieces. So we can't defend them. I don't know why I think we could possibly score from them. And, yeah. What can we do anything? We do have, now we've got Misevic on the bench, who we know is quite good. We've got Perso on the bench, who is quite good. Allmarkic isn't having a great game, so maybe Perso for him is something we can do. Here we go with Tomasek. Can he get a cross in? It's a good one. It's Pavas at the back post. He's unmarked. Pavas to Madzar. It's blocked. And was he offside anyway? There's definitely a goal in this team, isn't there? It's just at the moment, defensively, we are a tad of a shambles. It says Madzar's only playing a 6-2. I think I disagree with that. So let's go with unlucky. Try and keep the confidence. We've given Allmarkic a chance. Perso can come on for him. And I wonder if there's an argument to... Well, if we weren't a man down, I'd put it at number 10, I think, but we don't really have that option. Let's encourage. What we've not done is put shots on target, have we? The only goal we've scored is the one that was offside, and that's not ever helpful. Brigic with a throw for Siraj. Can he take this game by the scruff of the neck? Perso has a go, not a mile away. Possibly, though, not the right option. So that's now 7 shots without being one on target. 8 shots without one on target. All right, Madzar. I don't think he's necessarily the problem, and he's probably our best player. But let's get, since we're using this to develop young players, get another one on. I wonder if we abandon wingers, what do we don't really gain anything from that, or are we just trying to stay in the cup here, and we maybe do. The thing is, it's going forward. We've not looked bad, have we? Siraj. Can Siraj grab us by the scruff of the neck? Oh, he's drawn a very, very good save. All right, can we get something from a corner? Benasek not having a great game. I wonder if we look to bring on another of our young centre-backs. Vidasic, I think it is, on the bench. Benasek. We've got Vidovic on the bench. He's not much. There's a bit of potential there. All right, so let's do that. And is that us done for subs? No, there's still 1 or 2 more. The wingers aren't having good games. All right, so let's bail on this for a second here. All right, so we've made changes, as you can see. We're going to go with a back 4 instead of the wing backs, but Hawkus is coming on. He's fairly good, certainly in that sort of more defensively minded position. And Misevic is going to come on and play up front as a deep lying forward. And yeah, we'll see if this gets us anything. Ultimately, I think we just need to kind of go for it somewhat more now, don't we? So we'll do that. We'll be more expressive. And anything else there we want to change? We probably, in truth, just need to kind of get up in their faces and hope that that kind of works out for us. So that's what we'll do. Let's see what we get. we need, we need Siraj to really get himself involved in this game, don't we? And we are running out of time for that. I wonder if we exploit the middle where Siraj is. I don't like that. That doesn't look like the way that we play, does it? I mean, yeah, the going down to 10 men, it's really limited what we can do, hasn't it? Because I would have liked to keep playing with wingers and stuck in a number 10 instead of a DM. But obviously, having already lost a man, that hasn't really been possible in any realistic sort of way. We would have had to, yeah, lose a defender for that, and I think that would have just led to serious disappointment as opposed to the mild disappointment. So 10 men JAGs lose their first YouTube game. We just, yeah, you've got to put shots on target, don't you? We had chances, Madzar with that offside goal, which I'd love to see how close it was. It wasn't actually him that was offside, but slightly disappointing, that one. So disappointing, obviously. The cup is not our season, in any realistic way, so that's fine. It's just disappointing. I think sort of 90% of the performance was fine, wasn't it? Obviously, as I said, going down to 10 men was not good. It certainly didn't help things, but just not putting shots on target, not having much luck with the offside flag, although they had one ruled out as well, I suppose. But just, yeah. Anyway, that's the next generation. Probably. It's not good, is it? Anyway, guys, that's that for today. If you've enjoyed it, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Really, it is a what could have been sort of episode, but we'll be back next time. 2 home games, Aussie top of the table clash. Will it be a 5-point gap for us? Will they go in front? Will it stay 2 points? We'll find out. And then it is Inter. They'll come to our home ground, and if we can beat them, then that would be well, it would be a massive scalp, but it would definitely be knockout football secured as well. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Bell, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.